Hey guys, and welcome back into our prep football show that we have every week. And this week, Lindsay and I are actually together instead of having to make it look like we're here with all the super cool things that Cassandra can do with our video. We're actually here together in the office, so you know it must be a really big week. So Tennessee started their playoffs last week, and kind of the storyline there was blowouts. I mean, it's the thinning of the herd, if you will. Like all the lower seeds, for the most part, got taken care of and given their parting gifts. I think it was something like 93 of 110 games that were played throughout the state were decided by double digits, including 18 of the 22 games involving Chattanooga area teams. So now at the second round, you can forget about blowouts for the most part. Now you've got some teams that are on pretty equal footing from here on for the next few rounds. And Georgia this week, in Tennessee, we have Baylor and McCallie, who had first-round byes. They joined the postseason party, and this week Georgia jumps in with the first round of their playoffs. Take it away, Lindsay.
Yeah, we had a bye week last week to let teams catch up from the South that had problems with the hurricane. We have 9 teams beginning this week locally. Christian Heritage will start next week. They have a bye this week in the private school bracket. The most interesting thing is with the postseason ratings from classes A through 3A, the teams are seeded 1 through 32, so you're not going to get like a region versus region, and it should make for some more interesting first-round games, maybe a fewer blowouts. We'll see. But 3 of the better games are being hosted here. In Class A, number 14 ranked Gordon Lee is hosting number 19 Elbert County, Sid Fritz's old place.
Mm-hmm. Friend
Nicole
of the show.
Hardman. Anyway, a lot of good talent there. Both teams come in really wanting to run the ball. They've combined for almost 5,000 yards rushing. So it'll be hopefully a quick one and a good one. In 2A, number 15 Ringgold will host Hart County, number 18. It's a rematch of a 2021 first-round game. And Ringgold won, and it's the only playoff win for Ringgold in the last 10 seasons. So
Wow.
we'll see what happens. In 3A, Heritage hosts number 18 Southeast Bullock. Heritage is 15th ranked. It could be a tough matchup for the Generals. They have had trouble with teams with good ground games, and this team's put up over 2,500 rushing yards. So we'll see. And if Heritage is back at full strength, they could do some damage, especially with Cody Bryan through the air. So hopefully that'll happen.
Well, in Tennessee, of the teams that advanced on, 3 of the 8 from Hamilton County advanced on. Chattanooga Prep wins their first ever, and just their 3rd season as a program, wins their first ever playoff game. They'll now go to South Pittsburgh for a rematch of a game they played less than a month ago. They're Central won, and so they will go to Sequatchie County, 4th-ranked Sequatchie County in the 3A bracket. And then in the 5A bracket, East Hamilton wins, and so they will host once again this week in the second round. The only real surprise last week, Polk County went on the road and won. For the most part, everything else pretty much happened as it was scripted. Other interesting games to watch for this week: Whitwell, state-ranked, goes to their Whitwell is 10th ranked. They go to 7th-ranked Clay County. That game will feature 2 Mr. Football semifinalists. Whitwell has Bennett McDougal, and Clay County's quarterback Nate Adams is also a Mr. Football semifinal. So a good matchup there. Also from the Sequatchie Valley, East Robertson is at Marion County, a battle of state-ranked teams. Also a game that has 2 Mr. Football semifinalists. East Robertson quarterback Kason Young is a finalist, and Marion County overall athlete Sam Pickett is also a semifinalist there. So, and that's a rematch of last year's second-round game, which East Robertson won. So Marion has kind of the revenge factor going for them there, and they're playing really well right now. So, and just while I'm thinking about, hats off to all the Sequatchie Valley teams. All 6 made the playoffs. 5 of the 6 advanced. In 1A, Whitwell and South Pittsburgh. In 2A, Marion County and Bledsoe County. In 3A, Sequatchie County. So those teams are still playing. All of those except for Whitwell will host this week. So could have quite a few of those teams advancing deep into the playoffs now. As I mentioned earlier, Baylor and McCallie are both, they'll begin their playoff runs this week. Baylor hosts MUS. McCallie hosts Christian Brothers, so a couple of Memphis teams come into the Scenic City to play. We'll see how they do there. We'll have lots to talk about again next week and recap. So if you guys see us out at a game, say hi. Otherwise, we'll see you next week.